Hello, my name is Helena, and we're back with Dr. Moondust, founder of Moondust Cosmetics and the flagship product for skincare she has produced for the sun-sensitive Skin Protector Plus. Dr. Moondust is primarily a biochemist and continues to do research in topics related to our health. So she's back today with us to share some of her newest findings. Welcome, Dr. Moondust.
Thank you.
Now, since the last time we met, you've conducted some new and very interesting research which could be relevant to the topic of people who are not vaccinated for COVID-19. It was a small-scale, in-person survey. What can you tell us about it?
Well, Helena, during the summer, I was able to get special permission to travel to Europe as a scientist to continue my studies on vitamin and mineral supplementation in those people who cannot be vaccinated, maybe for medical reasons, health considerations, or personal choice. And in the clinic that I conducted this small survey, they had actually been recommending people to use a supplementation powder with vitamin C, with vitamin D, zinc, and CoQ10. And just to refresh everybody's memory, CoQ10 is involved in ATP formation, and ATP is the basic energy unit of the human body, like gasoline or something for a car.
I seem to recall that from my grade 10 and 11 biology. It is adenosine triphosphate. Yeah. My biology teacher will be so proud that it's coming in handy now in terms of my everyday health care. So do I assume correctly that what you're talking about refers back to some of our previous videos that focused on vitamin D and zinc as a supplement?
Well, sort of. So we previously talked about how the ideal combination for COVID-19 prevention is vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc.
Correct, yeah.
But today this was more focused around the fact that vitamin D is sort of the basic supplementation plan. You can't take any of the others. The must-have is vitamin D. And in fact, there's a very large European study that showed that people who are vitamin D deficient have an increased mortality rate from COVID-19 infection. And a doctor at the clinic also told me that a colleague of his from Eastern Europe had told him that there were no patients with vitamin D sufficiency in ICU at his hospital. So we have vitamin D deficiency, which is a lack of vitamin D, and vitamin D sufficiency, which is good levels of vitamin D.
That's so very interesting and heartening to know. Now, I wonder what sort of people might be exempt from vaccination?
Okay, there are a number of reasons that one might not be able to have a vaccination. For example, somebody who's had a very bad reaction to a vaccine previously may not be that anxious to get vaccinated. There are people, of course, who are in very poor health or who are seriously underweight or malnourished, which means they don't have sufficient protein levels or are even vitamin deficient. And the vaccine, their bodies may not be able to handle it, due to these reasons. And then there are people who are highly allergic. They might not, they might have difficulty breathing after the vaccine, which is not pleasant. They may be able to deal with it, but still I can understand how somebody might be wary of being in that situation. And Then there are people with blood clotting disorders who may be hesitant, and other diseases, which is quite legitimate because there may not be statistics or data on how people with these diseases react to vaccination.
Mm-hmm. There's so many variables, really, as we really strive to do the right thing for ourselves and our community and the overall country, even the economy. As it turns out, we can impact. So thank you so very much for getting us started and letting us know about the background to this survey. We'll be back in the next segment. Will we be returning with some looking at some solutions. So thank you for joining us today. If you're looking for videos in the continuing series, this one and in previous videos, please check out the links below and visit moondustcosmetics.com. Thank you very much, and we'll be back in the next segment with some solutions.